Welcome to the Midweek Wrap on Yarra Rangers Life TV. Local news, local sport, local weather and so much more. Every Wednesday evening, only on Yarra Rangers Life TV, Facebook and YouTube. This month brought to you by our good friends at the Dandenong Hotel. Plus, we're giving some love to Silvan Primary School, the small school doing big things. Discover the difference, Silvan Primary School. And this month we're also highlighting the work that, of course, Holy Fools do for the homeless out there and those at risk of homelessness. This week we're going to bring it home with some mind-blowing music from Electric Experience that was recorded at the Dandenong Hotel's Jam Night last Sunday night with a fantastic rendition of Jimi Hendrix' Purple Haze. Also this week, in the lead up to Homelessness Week, we also feature a story that we put together a little while ago, a bit of a package of some of the coverage we've put together in the past from Holy Fools and also Yarra Valley Care Bags. But now, it's time for the latest local news headlines with Loretta deVaus and Jim Brown.
Hi, I'm Loretta deVaus.
I'm Jim Brown.
Welcome to the Midweek Wrap.
Brought to you this morning on a cold, very foggy morning at Killara Estate Winery in Seville East.
A young woman was the victim of an attempted carjacking in Kilsyth recently. The woman was driving her car along Jeffrey Drive when she was approached by a group of hooded women who attempted to enter her car by trying to smash the windows. A blue car then rammed the woman's vehicle. Another ramming had previously occurred outside the Kilsyth basketball stadium earlier in the evening. Police arrested a woman in relation to the attack and are looking for up to 3 other men and women in their 20s who travel in a blue 2015 Hyundai i20. Police are looking into a number of attempted carjackings that occurred over July 15 and 16 in an attempt to link them together and ask anyone with information to phone Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. You can read the full report on page 1 of the Lilydale and Yarra Valley Leader. In another Leader's story, it is reported that an online crowdfunding campaign has been set up to raise funds to support a well-known Warburton identity in a bid to save his unique Tibetan-inspired home, which is very popular with both locals and tourists. Robert Prudhoe, or Boinker Bob as he is most well known, is uncertain over the future of his famous house after an engineer's report requested by the Yarra Rangers Council has recommended demolition of some parts of the structure and other substantial repairs in order to meet Council's building code and regulations. You can read the story in full on page 3. The Lilydale and Yarra Valley Leader also report that a woman had her credit card skimmed whilst shopping at Lilydale Marketplace. Lynette Phelan of Lilydale believes she was skimmed when someone walked past her with a skimmer in their pocket. Luckily for Ms Phelan, her bank's fraud team detected and blocked 2 irregular transactions on July 13 and 18, and she did not lose any money. Yarra Rangers Crime Investigation Unit are unaware of any other recent skimming incidents and believe most skimming occurs at ATMs. Customers are encouraged to cover their PIN when making transactions and look for anything unusual when they withdraw money. The Leader's Street Watch section reports that a police officer was almost run over in a road rage incident in Kilsyth last week. Officers approached a dark green Ford in Kilsyth Avenue about 3 a.m. and the driver revved the engine and drove towards them. Police pursued the car, but it drove off. Street Watch also reports that 5 Yarra Rangers businesses were burgled over a 48-hour period. Businesses targeted include a Kilsyth pizza shop, a service station in Wandon North, Montrose Pet Supplies and Kilsyth's Pick Apart. Police are investigating whether the burglaries are connected and urge anyone with information to contact Yarra Rangers Crime Investigation Unit on 9739 2300. Yarra Rangers Councillor and Homelessness campaigner, Councillor Tim Heenan, will once again be sleeping rough in Melbourne Park, Lilydale from August 4th to 13th. This year's annual winter sleep out is the 9th time Mr Heenan has slept in a cardboard box to highlight the issues around homelessness in the Yarra Ranges. The Yarra Rangers Homeless Winter Sleep Out coincides with National Homelessness Week. As part of activities during Homelessness Week, local charity Holy Fools will be hosting events at the Lilydale Showgrounds. Members of the community are invited to participate in this year's public winter sleep out on Saturday, August 12th. You can find out more about the sleep out on the Holy Fools website, holyfools.org.au. Read the full story on page 8 of the Lilydale Leader and keep up to date with the activities of Holy Fools and Councillor Heenan during Homelessness Week as we bring you the stories on Yarra Ranges Life TV.
A campaign to ease the plight of homeless in our area fills the front page of the Mount Evelyn Mail. According to Neal Taylor, CEO of Holy Fools, which we have featured before on Yarra Ranges Life TV, Lilydale has long been a hub for the homeless, and a drop-in centre is needed. To make his point, Neal Taylor, together with Yarra Ranges Councillor Tim Heenan, will take part in a 9-day sleep out living out of a cardboard box. It starts this Friday in Melbourne Park and will coincide with National Homelessness Week. By the time it's over, Councillor Heenan will have spent 134 days living rough. If you want to know more or just want to help, there's a website address in the story. The Rangers Trader Mail and the Ferntree Gully Belgrave Mail share a front page story paying tribute to the Emerald SES, which has taken out the prize for the hardest working team in Victoria. During the 2015-2016 year, the Emerald SES answered more calls than other units. The major incident was the freak windstorm on 9th of October last year, which saw Emerald SES answering 600 calls for help and overall notched up more than 1,200 call-outs, 900 more than their nearest rival Frankston. Emerald SES controller Ben Owen says the truth is that the Yarra Ranges is naturally disaster prone, with so many people living beside or underneath trees which fall over. Another problem right now is funding to replace a 15-year-old truck and a 30-year-old tin shed from which Emerald SES has to operate. The story has a website for donations to buy the new truck. And the Mountain Views Mail features a long-running controversy in Healesville over a proposed retail and apartment development in the town's main street. The developers faced strong objections at a public meeting last week. Objectors' concerns include the height of the building, the removal of trees, car parking, lighting, and potential noise from a rooftop entertainment area. However, the developers had support from some who say the design is okay. The council is still taking submissions, and the website address to do so is in the story. And as we mentioned last week, local identity Peter Kimberley, chairman of Warburton's community branch of Bendigo Bank, died last week in Dubai. His funeral will be held this Friday at 2 p.m. at the Carolika Centre in Ringwood. I'm Jim Brown.
I'm Loretta deVaus.
Thank you for watching the Midweek Wrap.
Now it's time for the world's best segment intro.
Sports Shorts.
Sports Shorts for this week. Love that segment intro. Eastern Football League. Here we go. The Lilydale and Yarra Valley leaders sports writer Toby Prime reports Lilydale's grip on a top 4 spot is slipping. Oh no, playing in Division 2 and coming off 4 straight losses up against Knox at Knox Gardens Reserve last Saturday. The Falcons, they only managed 1 goal 2 in the last quarter, giving Knox a 4-point victory. Final scores there, Lilydale 5 goals 11, 41 to Knox 5 goals 15, 45. And look, Lilydale, they remain in the top 4 for the moment, but with Croydon, One Turner South and Mitcham hot on the Falcons' tail, ready to ruffle some feathers. And who's on top of the senior women's ladder? They've got a bigger ball. None other than Mount Evelyn. Oh, and that's after a bye round. Go the Mounters. Next week, the women of Mount Evelyn will be up against Yarra Junction at their home ground at Mount Evelyn Reserve from 6:30. Be sure to be there for the big game and see the girls go head-to-head. For all the latest sports results, be sure to grab your copy of the Lilydale Yarra Valley Leader, and of course check them out digitally online as well. You can find them there, leadernews.com.au. That's the sports shorts for this week. More sports shorts next week. Thanks for watching. Cheers. And this week the weather's presented by
Yarra Ranges Life TV.
And next Thursday's weather in Yarra Glen, a top of only 12 degrees.
And on Friday in Yarra Glen, it's going to be a top of 13 degrees.
And Saturday in Yarra Glen,
It's going to be top of 14 degrees.
And on Sunday in Yarra Glen, it's going to be a top of only 13 degrees, so be sure to rug up. Hi, I'm Pat Boucher, Executive Producer of Yarra Angels Life TV. We launched officially in April earlier this year. We've been going for a few months, and we're on a mission to inform, engage and entertain you guys out there in the Yarra Valley and the Yarra Ranges with an underlying message of unity and community. We love getting out there and sharing all the wonderful different community groups, volunteer organisations and some of the great events and festivals that are happening, and happen here in our very own backyard. Since we've launched, we've already had over 1,500 Facebook page likes, which is wonderful. Thank you very much for finding us and liking us and sharing us. We've also had over 100,000 Facebook video views and also more views on our YouTube channel as well. We spread our content across the two different platforms, both YouTube and Facebook, and there's different playlists that you can discover on both platforms. Also Channel 31, they're sharing our content, and they're actually screaming for us to put together 1 month's worth of programming to share some of the great stories that we've already covered out here. We'd love to be able to do this full time, and we've already put in so many man hours over the last few months, and of course people need to be paid, and bills need to be paid, and we are always open for sponsors and advertisers that want to come on board. So if you're interested in using Yarra Angels Live TV to advertise to the Greater Valley and the Ranges, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to plug you as well, your business, your organisation, no matter what it is that you do. Of course, we've got packages that start from as low as $250 per week. So we'd love to hear from you and see how we can promote you to our bigger audience that's ever growing. Thank you very much for watching Yarra Rangers Life TV as we continue to live, love and share life in the Yarra Rangers. Thanks for watching.
Yarra Rangers Life TV!
Yeah, this month we've been talking homelessness on Yarra Rangers Life TV. In our first episode, we had a chat to Neal, the CEO of Holy Fools, and also Councillor Tim Heenan about the issues of homelessness and what some of the solutions are. We discovered a little bit about Holy Fools' background and the services that they provide. And here's Neal. Neal and Tim, thank you so much for joining us here on Yarra Rangers Live TV.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure.
Much pleasure, yeah.
Thank you. And
around about that time, 2009, we formed Holy Fools with the idea of being that it would provide at that stage a sort of an umbrella to do some chaplaincy work with the guys. So it's the extra support, frontline support. Yeah. So Holy Fools sort of was formed to provide that umbrella to work under. So, yeah. But at the moment, what we do is offer frontline triage services. Where we'll actively seek out people who are sleeping rough. We'll go looking and in the different areas around the, as Tim says, sort of in the bush as well, every now and then. We work just within the Yarra Ranges, so we tend to stick in the Mount Evelyn, Lilydale area, and all the way through to Warburton and places like that.
In the next 4 years, as Councillor here in Yarra Ranges, focusing on getting a drop-in centre. I'm absolutely convinced that that's the first and most important step for Holy Fools and other organisations that want to co-locate with Holy Fools in order to get an idea of where we're going to stand in the coming 1 or 2 decades. I'm concerned about the ABS statistics that will give us a much clearer picture on how many people are either sleeping in cars or that have been in rooming houses.
In our second interview, we did a live cross and surprised Neal Taylor on his radio show on Yarra Valley FM. That's called Be The Change, every Monday at midday. And we thought we'd surprise him with a financial donation, and we took our hat off to Holy Fools live on Facebook. And here's some highlights from that one. If your listeners and our viewers hypothetically were to donate $50, what would $50 do for Holy Fools from a frontline point of view?
Oh, that do heaps. I mean, that helps pay for the food. We don't get any government money at all, so the money helps pay for the food that we use each week. It helps pay for fuel. It helps pay for gas.
Yes.
All the condiments. It pays for the ongoing sort of operation of the office and,
Yes.
and all the stuff like that, insurance.
Because there's running costs and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So if someone were to donate maybe $200, again, that's just a bigger contribution to the upkeep of Holy Fools. Yeah.
And all donations over $2 are tax deductible.
How's that? So donations are tax deductible if you want to support Holy Fools in helping the homeless and the disadvantaged, especially. You think it's cold out there now?
Yeah.
Imagine if you're homeless, and you're struggling there, and Holy Fools is one of those entities and organisations that support from a frontline point of view. Neal, Yarra Rangers Live TV, we're on a bit of a mission. We wanted to, if we're capable every month, to give a little bit back to a local community organisation. This month, Yarra Rangers Live TV, talking homelessness. You probably would see an interview with yourself last week on the midweek wrap.
Yep.
And we want to financially chip in a little bit. Look, we take our hat off to Holy Fools. Inside that hat, Neal, if you'd like to take that out, please. You'll find $500 from Yarra Rangers Live TV for all the great work that you guys do. And we encourage our viewers and of course the Yarra Valley FM listeners out there to chip in. Go to holyfools.org.au and help pay some of the bills so that organisations like Holy Fools and the rest can keep doing the great work and supporting those that are going through a bit of a rough time and might just need a little bit of support to get them through that rough patch, and especially during these winter months.
Wow. Thank you, and thank you to Yarra Valley, Yarra Rangers Live TV. Thank you. You don't know how much that it means. I mean, we don't get a lot of grants because we don't have all these other projects that we're sort of initiating and stuff like that at the moment, but it does help pay for all the cost.
In our third episode, we met Lynn Hannam. She's the organiser of and the founder of Yarra Valley Care Bags. In fact, she does pretty much all of Yarra Valley Care Bags' work, apart from some assistance from volunteers who help to pack the bags. We discovered their story and what inspired her to start, and here's some highlights from that interview.
We try and provide personal health care items for homeless, people in need, people at risk of homelessness, underwear, socks, thongs in summer. A lot of the time we try and do seasonal. So now we're sort of looking at caps and scarves and gloves and stuff. Wind cheaters, blankets. We work in conjunction with Holy Fools. We do their 2 community weekly barbecues.
Fantastic.
So we seem to have a lot of different people come and go that are in need. I've recently just started giving to St Vincent's de Paul for their food hampers. So they have toiletry bags to go in their food hampers. Each secure tenancies, I supplied them with toiletries. Ben Warren, the Women's Refuge in the Junction.
And there's the animal packages you put together.
As well. Yes, we've got great donations from Pets of the Homeless. They supply us with 3 months' worth of pet food.
Fantastic.
To give out to these people as well, because obviously, your pets are an extra expense, but you still have to feed them. We also try and do the drop-in centres up here, Redwood and River Valley. So we try and get out there as much as we can. We're hoping to, Holy Fools is hoping to start a barbecue up in Hillsville, so that'll be another outlet for us, which is great because it's really taken off. We've got amazing donations from people.
And last week we learnt about the Street Angels project, which is run by Holy Fools, and of course it's a great opportunity for Yarra Valley Care Bags to distribute their goods and wares to those that need it. And here's some highlights from that particular story from last week.
Street Angels started about 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, in this very spot where we realised that there was a bit of a gap of people who weren't seeing agencies, who were not coming to the community meals, who were avoiding them, I guess. There was a number of people who seemed to be avoiding them. And Melbourne Park was the sort of the hangout area for a lot of people, and the footy grounds and things like that, where people would go. Majority of the time, we have probably a fairly large core of people that turn up who are regulars, and they know that we're here for a feed every week and a good conversation. And they in fact turn up not just because of the good food, they usually turn up just because of the social activity as well.
That sense of community.
Yeah, and they know they can access things when they turn up for us. We provide clothing, we provide tea and coffee, hot tea and coffee, and we've also got swags and all the other sort of necessities. So if they need to turn up, we can offer them that. So new people turn up regularly pretty much every week though. We find that we're seeing increasing numbers of people turning up.
That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
The numbers are growing.
Twice a week, it happens Wednesday at 12 o'clock here in Melbourne Park.
In Lilydale, yeah.
In Lilydale, and then again at 12 o'clock in Thursday up at Yarra Junction by the footy ground there in the pavilion.
Fantastic. So if you didn't hear that, every Wednesday at midday at Melbourne Park in Lilydale, every Thursday at midday at Yarra Junction Park, the footy club there. If you do need even just the sense of community, come down and grab a cuppa and have a chat, and maybe plug into the services that Holy Fools provides. So as you know, we're coming into winter, and there's a lot of people that are struggling out there, and it appears to be the numbers are growing. There's more of us doing it tough out there. If you are in a position to perhaps donate some clothing, some blankets, some sleeping bags, even if you've got a spare swag lying around, gloves, beanies, hats, there's a variety of organisations out in the valley and the ranges that could really use your support. Obviously, cash, money, financial support is always a big winner, and if you can give and donate to Holy Fools, by all means visit holyfools.org.au. You'll see the big red donate button on the top right hand part of the screen there, and look, every little bit helps. There's other organisations out there too, like your Wesley Missions and your Anchor, so be sure if you can assist on any level, even if you want to volunteer and help out from a frontline point of view, I'm sure they'll be happy to hear from you. Thanks. Next week, Yarra Angels Live TV will be doing lots of live crosses from the different Homeless Week activities that are taking place in the Shire, and in particular focusing on Councillor Tim Heenan's Homeless Winter Sleep Out. But to change the tone a little bit, tonight we're going to take you guys out with a rocking number, of course, by the Electric Experience. These guys are going to head off to New Zealand very shortly and play a few gigs over there. It's Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze. Be sure to check out for the tooth-picking sequence. These guys go nuts. They're a family band. We've got John on the drums, who's the son. We've got Rita on the bass, who's the mum, and of course Andy, who's slashing it out on the axe there. Hope you enjoy the music. Thanks for watching Yarra Angels Live TV. Thanks to everyone involved in the production this week. Loretta, deVaus, Jim Brown, Mitch Hatton behind the camera and production assistant extraordinaire. I'm Pat, and we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the music. Cheers. Thanks for watching.
We're just going to do a Jimi Hendrix cover.